Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. You've reached another Teen Mom OG recap and review. I'm on camera this week. I got clean hair for you folks and I'm ready for y'all. Let's get right on into the review. The scene starts with Maci, and Maci saying that Ryan is getting out of jail that weekend, and so Jen and Larry have asked her to allow Bentley to come over that weekend. We are here with Bentley. Bentley's grown up. I say this every season because it's true. Let me turn off this fan. I'm sorry. The fan is so darn loud. Maci's standing here talking to Bentley, and she's asking him, do you want to go over to Jen and Larry's house after church? And he's like, after the game. And I guess it's okay. Maci goes on to ask Bentley if he's okay with going over there right now and seeing his dad, and Bentley said yes. The next scene, well, it's the same scene, well, different scene. Maci says that since Bentley is okay with going over there, she let Jen and Larry know that he's coming over. Maci says, I just hope that Ryan's ready to step up and be the dad that he is supposed to be. Now we're here in a scene with Mackenzie, Jen and Larry and the baby, and everybody's excited that Ryan's coming out, and Mackenzie's over here with the baby. Are you excited to see Dada? And once that little boy grows up and sees, hopefully his dad won't be the same way when he grows up, okay? I'm praying, okay? I'm really praying that when Ryan gets a lot older, he will have kicked the habit. Please do not be Butch number 2. You're not going to have a successful life. If that's how your life is going to end up, Ryan, you're not going to have a successful life at all. They're having this conversation I don't wish to get into detail about. They're just basically talking about when Ryan comes out, and Jen's like, he's not going to want to have y'all asking him a bunch of questions when he gets out, and yakety smackety, can we move on? Mackenzie throws in here somewhere, I don't know, hopefully it's in order. Mackenzie says, I'm not expecting miracles, okay? And later on down in the conversation, Larry says, I hope that Ryan has had long enough time to think. This is his third arrest, as Mackenzie's always saying and reminding us that this is his third arrest. I don't know what would make you think that this third arrest would be the wake-up call. I know you're all hopeful, okay? I know you have to have hope upon hope, but we also need to be realistic here. Be optimistic. And you can be as optimistic as you want to be. You really have to be a realist. That's all of us, right? Next scene is Cheyenne's scene. She said despite being anxious and concerned and worried about the party with the boyfriend and girlfriend, Matt and Taylor, it went really well. So she says that Matt is about to head back to Baltimore. Cheyenne did say that he was going to be the one that was going to be moving. Cheyenne goes on to say that he's leaving the next day to go back to Baltimore, Matt that is. Her mom's having a barbecue at the house, so this is all in the same week. I mean, y'all are having a lot of events. Her hair still looks the same as it did last week. They will take one party that Cheyenne throws, and I promise you guys, they will take and make it a 5-episode saga. Y'all know what I'm getting ready to say? 3 words? Yeah. I'll talk about it, but I am over it. Cheyenne's sitting here talking with some friend. Is that Paige or her cousin? I think that's her cousin. And she's saying, the party went well, and if Taylor was like not paying attention to Ryder on her day, it would have been a problem. She would have been giving her the side eye. But Taylor really was attentive to Ryder, and Taylor, you gained some points there. You gained some brownie points. That's not easy with Cheyenne. And hopefully you guys will stay getting along. But as we all know, we've been watching Teen Mom OG and 2 long enough to know, and Young and Pregnant, long enough to know that, you can think that things are so wonderful, and then later on, there's a problem that I'm talking about in front of this video camera. So hopefully you guys will continue to get along, and because I really don't like talking about people fighting, okay? I don't know if you guys know this. I've said this in a couple of videos. It may seem as though yay, they're fighting, but inside I'm not. I'm crying, and seriously, I'm not gonna sing a song about crying, but I want to. I've already sang that Mario song so many times. You guys are gonna get sick and tired of me singing that freaking Mario song. So this is going to dead Matt and Cheyenne's relationship. So one of her friends, her pretty friends, I don't know that pretty friend's name, she's very pretty. She says to Cheyenne, baby fever. And then Cheyenne, and by the way, this is like a group of friends, they're sitting down at the barbecue. There's a group of friends, Matt's here, Cheyenne's here, and she's, they're talking about the party. So Cheyenne says, I've already said, when Ryder was born, that a couple years later, I was gonna have another baby. And if I were Matt, you look young. I probably would head for the hills, okay? I'm so silly. So yeah, Cheyenne goes into this spiel about how when Ryder was born, she said she was going to have another baby when she was 2. Let me tell y'all a little story. I'm going to tell y'all a quick I'm going to tell y'all a real quick story. I went on a date with this dude when I was 16, okay? And this boy was like 17, so we were like almost the same age. And when this guy, the date just started, and when this dude said, my next girlfriend is going to have my baby. This is childless Tracie. When he said, this next girlfriend's going to have my baby, I said, where's my purse? I am leaving. Don't even drive me. I got a Metro card. I don't know if there's Metro cards back then. Were there Metro cards in the 90s, girl? I don't remember. But I was like, I gotta go. And yeah, I think Matt's ready to run, but nobody knows. So Cheyenne says she's not going to put herself in a situation where she's got another baby daddy, basically. To say it clearly, she says that she wants a ring like her friends, which I'm assuming is an engagement ring, a wedding ring, I don't know. After Cheyenne says, you know, I'm trying to get a ring like yours, Cheyenne goes on to say, well, I've already sent Matt pictures of rings. How long have y'all been dating and you're already talking about rings? That's kind of rushing it a little bit, Cheyenne. I don't know how long you've known Matt. I'm not trying to gauge him too early, but I don't think he's trying to settle down like this quickly. All of a sudden, Matt starts reading off, like in his memory, what type of ring Cheyenne wants. And she wants a teardrop, 5 carat or something like that. Girl, I want a princess ring, less than a carat, because the 1 carat is too big, okay? And it has to be yellow gold. I'm sorry. Oh, this is not about me. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. So, this is not about me. But, even I know, even with my playing around right now, that when you're in a relationship in the very beginning stages, it's the time to see, can I deal with this person? Can I live with this person? Could I essentially sleep with this person every day? Do I want to commit myself to another person? For now, to be smart, and Cheyenne, y'all need to focus more on, you know, working on the longevity of the relationship rather than sending rings to somebody. Or can y'all at least be together a year before talking about rings? And even if you get engaged at, say, 6 months, which I think is extremely soon, you could still have like a long engagement, and then it's like, you know, at least we had a year-long engagement or whatever. So it wasn't that, oh my gosh, we rushed into marriage. So y'all need to slow down the ring talk just a little bit. Next scene is Amber's scene. She says that Andrew's feeling a lot better after his sinus surgery, and it's just in time for James's birthday. Amber says she invited Gary, Leah, her mom over to celebrate. So Christina, Gary, and their whole family, because I ain't got time to sit here reading off names. They come inside, they bring a bunch of balloons, they bring a bunch of gifts, and I will say that although I wish Amber would be more around Leah, I love how, you know, when something happens, it seems like they get together as a family and they're getting along a lot better than they used to. So now, here we go with the drama of the episode. And here it is. So yeah, they're here and they're having their party for James, and all of a sudden, Amber blurts out, I'm late. My period is late. Why are you telling a room full of people that your period is late? Gary says, how late are you? And she says, darn near a week. You're gonna sit here and announce this crap to everybody. And it's like, Amber, you couldn't have picked a worse time to announce, oh my gosh, by the way, you know, in a room full of people sharing my business, I haven't peed on a stick yet, but Big Red hasn't come for a visit yet. Why did everybody in there need to know? That's something that only Andrew needed to know. So Christina, you're just getting deep. Look, she already spread her business, okay, said there wasn't no, you know. So anyway, I'm saying. So Christina asks, were you on birth control? And Amber's like, girl, no. Girl, no. So I guess, girl, you want another baby, okay? Amber says, you know, when you actually find a good man, what, you want to keep having babies, girl? Alrighty then. The next scene is Catelynn and Tyler. Catelynn says that Nova is better adjusting to her little sister, and she's excited to see their relationship grow. Although, I don't want to put a surprise on you, okay? You know, they're young now. But just because you're blood with someone doesn't mean they're going to grow together. So then Catelynn goes on to say, I also hope that both of them can have a relationship with Carly, who she has placed up for adoption about 9 years ago. So Catelynn says that she would like to go visit Carly, her and Tyler, but it's been 2 years and Brandon and Teresa are not trying to hear no more visits. Brandon and Teresa, you should have never agreed to an open adoption. You went back on your word, and you know what? I'm not faulting you for that. I can't imagine how frustrating it is. You didn't know that this was going to be some big teen mom thing. And I will say, you know, out of all of the wonderful things about me, and there's a lot, one of the best things about me is that I have empathy and sympathy towards other people, and I'm able to put myself in this situation. So I'm not going to bash, what are their names again? Brandon and Teresa, for the decision. For all I know, and from what I believe, they do love Carly and they're trying to look out for her best interests. So I'm trying to see it from that angle. Now, who is this adoption counselor? I forgot her freaking name. Haven't heard that name in a year. It feels like it's been a year since I heard her name. Dawn, like that V.C. Andrews book. Did y'all read it? I don't know about that one. I read Ruby though. But anyway, Catelynn calls Dawn, the adoption counselor, and Dawn says, am I going to see you guys soon? And Catelynn says, I would like to set something up. Catelynn says she wants to set something up with Dawn so they can get some advice about how to go about getting visits again with Carly. So they make an appointment pretty much with Dawn to meet up. Tyler asks Catelynn, have you heard from Brandon and Teresa? Catelynn says that she texted Teresa a couple days ago. Catelynn basically sent Teresa a message that said, you know, Veda's 3 weeks old. And Nova's adjusting well. Hope you guys are doing fine. And she says that Teresa pretty much just responded, oh, hi you guys, we miss you. And she was like, love you guys, miss you guys. Not really trying to make plans, I guess. So Catelynn says this summer, Carly's gonna be 10 years old. So I hope for you guys' sake that you're able to resume the visits based on, of course, what Brandon and Teresa want. But I do remember how Tyler acted when they asked for a certain request, which was please don't bring up Carly, blah blah blah. And Tyler was acting very defiant, and maybe they remember that and they just don't like it. I don't know. So the next scene is Maci's scene. She says that it was a lot for Bentley to handle when Ryan went to jail. So she's nervous about, I guess, what's going to happen when Bentley goes over there. So Maci goes on to say she hopes that Ryan has an honest conversation with Bentley about his addiction. So now we're here with the lovely Sharon, and you and Maci could be twins, okay? Twins. So Sharon is here and she asks Maci, it's just those two in the room. Sharon says, wasn't Ryan supposed to be getting out of jail yesterday? Maci says, yeah, I think he's out. And then she goes on to tell her mom that she's dropping Bentley off there tomorrow. Maci says to her mom that she feels like when Bentley goes over there, the family's gonna just play normal, act like everything's normal, everything's lollipops and gumdrops, and nothing's changed. And you know, they haven't gone through anything traumatic. Their dad, you know, his dad didn't get arrested and go to jail over drugs. You know, just act like everything is just normal. And you know, that's what Maci worries about. No one's gonna have an honest conversation with Bentley about what's going on. Maci goes on to say to her mother that she doesn't think that Jen and Larry have even asked Bentley, you know, does he want to do this? Does he want to come over there? Are you comfortable in this situation? You know, are you comfortable with this? And Maci says that what she wants Jen and Larry to do is talk to Ryan and say, Ryan, you really need to have that conversation. But, you know, parents can do just but so much, and everyone is always so quick to blame parents for everything their kids do. So Maci says that, you know, Ryan needs to man up, and he really needs to apologize to this child. But, you know, apologies are useless if you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. If you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, don't even say sorry, because you're not freaking sorry if you keep doing the same thing wrong. Maci says that, but they're not going to do any of this. Bentley's going to be sitting over there awkward because, you know, they're trying to just basically brush everything under the rug. Maci goes on to say that, you know, Bentley's supposed to be best friends with an a-hole, pretty much. She said the word. And I'm like, MTV, you guys are realizing that you're on cable and you're allowed to curse? Alrighty then, we're all adults here. Says that Bentley's supposed to sit here being an a-hole with someone who can't get his crap together. Maci says that nobody seems to care if I feel any sort of way about it. Sharon says Ryan's probably not going to change. I mean, he's in his 30s, what? He's like 31, 32. He's not going to change. You know, I want to believe that people will change. And people can change. I mean, I've changed. I don't want to ever say that, you know, that someone is a lost cause and, you know, they are never going to change. I would hate to put that on someone because, you know, you can be one way at 31 and be a completely different person at 45. So Sharon says that even if, you know, the change does happen, it's going to take a lot for him to prove that he's really changing, because you can say a lot of things and your actions speak louder than words. I've never seen Ryan try. Next scene is Cheyenne scene. They're still at this barbecue, this week-long freaking party. Cheyenne's auntie, I forgot her name, she goes up to her and says, Matt, I love him. And she gives Cheyenne a hug. Cheyenne says to her aunt that, everybody can see that Matt's genuine and don't close your brain off, to see warning signs or whatever, so that you can address them. And just because you see a warning sign in someone doesn't mean that you have to break up. It just means it's something you guys need to have a discussion about, figure out if it's something worth working through, and work through it. Cheyenne has set up this these play date with Cory and Matt because Matt's going to have to be around Cory and be comfortable, so she says she hopes that it goes well. She says that with her last boyfriend, Zach, he ain't like that too much. So hopefully this little play date goes well with Cory and Matt. We're here with Cory, and Cory's talking to his friend. So they're talking about, Cory was like how he met Matt, and Matt's a cool dude. Cory says that he's planning to move. Is he moving to LA or is he moving in the house? And Cory's like, I really don't know. Cheyenne lives with all her freaking boyfriends, and if you like to live with people, that's your business, okay? So Cory says that's a great question. I don't know if he's moving into the house. Cory says that Cheyenne moved Zach into the house mad quick. So Cory was like, the biggest thing he had to overcome in Cheyenne and Zach's relationship when they were together was the fact that Zach lived in the house with his child, who basically Zach saw his child more than he did, which would piss anybody off. The friend's like, yeah, when a man's living with your child, of course they're going to get more one-on-one time. So the friend asks, so is Matt at the barbecue? Cory's like, yeah, he's there. I'm going to go chat with them for a little while. I like that y'all being very mature about this whole situation. Too bad Cheyenne can't be as mature when it comes to Taylor. Cory says that he already got over the shock of like having a live-in boyfriend or her having boyfriends, Cheyenne having boyfriends. He says that another shock that he's gonna have to deal with one day is her getting pregnant by somebody else. So Cory says when he knows that Cheyenne wants to have another baby soon, and it's gonna be weird. We're back with Amber and the gang. The gang's all here, and they're still having this party for James. And after every party, we have to have the party conversation, talking about how the party went. Seriously, MTV? Y'all starting to bore me, okay? I only do these reviews for my freaking subbies, but y'all are starting to bore me. They're talking about the party. Amber saying how she's glad they got to spend time with Leah and them, okay? And so Tanya says, so you're 5 days late. Amber says she's freaking out, but she's good. And Andrew says, let's get a pregnancy test to make sure. If I have to go through another pregnancy on MTV, if I have to go through, I know I'm gonna go through a couple more, at least five more. And I'm so tired of following people's pregnancies. Pal just had the baby on 90 Day Fiancé, okay? Elizabeth's about to have a baby on 90 Day Fiancé. Amber had a baby, her baby's a year old. Now she's saying she's pregnant again. Maci had all these babies. Mackenzie just had a baby. I'm over the babies. I'm over it. I'm over following these babies and these pregnancies. I'm sorry, but I am. So Amber goes on to say that she doesn't want everybody to get too excited. Prior to that, Andrew was like how it's good to have siblings, yakety, smackety. And Amber says, don't nobody get too excited until I take a pregnancy test. Well, what you should have done is kept your big mouth shut until you took the pregnancy test. And when it came back negative, you would have had nothing to talk about. Wait, that's the reason why you brought it up, so you'd have something to talk about on your segments. So Andrew goes on to say, I need to hit certain goals in my life. I guess in reference to having babies. I mean, a baby can be a goal if that's what you like. Next scene is Catelyn's scene, and they're going to meet Dawn. They go into the backstory. I'm not getting into, you've been watching the show long enough. I know you know the backstory. So anyway, they're meeting up with Dawn to get some advice as they sit on the phone. So let's go and stop repeating yourself 100 times. And making me repeat myself 100 times. So Dawn comes over to the house and she sees the baby, and yeah. So Dawn goes on and she says, basically, have y'all been keeping in contact with Carly? And Catelynn says, I'll admit, we haven't been the best when it comes to gifts. So Dawn says that, Carly's 10th birthday is coming up. It's gonna be really, that's like a milestone. Dawn says we can't rewind time. Carly knows who her birth parents are. And Tyler says, and she knows that her birth parents suck at sending gifts. Dawn says, I'm sorry, you guys, those birds are really loud. I know you can hear those birds. They're always out there singing. They think they're in vogue, okay? They really do out there singing Born to Sing. Anyway, so Dawn says to them, you guys need to think about, you have a couple months to think about ways that you can show Carly that you love her and that you think about her. And Dawn goes on to say that that's one of the things most about adoptees. They wonder if their birth parents are thinking about them. Did they just forget about them? Scene is Maci's scene, and Maci says that she dropped Bentley off at Jen and Larry's house, and she really hopes that the visit goes well. Now we're here with Ryan's parents' house, and they're just acting like it's just a regular schmegular old day, just like Maci said. And Kiki comes in, lets herself in. Nobody knocks. I guess they have an agreement. They can just walk in whenever. So there's a little black screen. I'm going to read it for you. Alrighty. And it says with the white writing, when the MTV crew arrived, Ryan was not ready to discuss his time in jail. He's never going to be ready, just to let you know. Just to let you know. He's never going to be ready to talk about it because it's not something he wants to address. So now they're off outside somewhere with the family and Kiki outside. And, you know, Kiki goes, well, so Ryan got out. Jen goes on to let her know that Ryan is having a rough time. And Jen says that Ryan has got his guard up. So Jen goes on to say that Ryan has his guard up because it was really rough in the jail or whatever. You know, she can't imagine how it was to be in there. Well, he got himself in there. That was his own fault. And Larry goes on to say that, you know, Ryan has to be more interactive with us. And Jen says, you know, you got to give him time. Well, how much time do y'all need? Because if y'all keep giving him time, he ain't never going to change. Mackenzie says that Ryan won't leave the house at all. Maybe he's scared he's going to go do something else stupid and get back up in jail again. Jen says to Kiki that Ryan says that he feels like he has something sitting on his chest. Yeah, that something's called addiction. Okay, that's what that is. Kiki says that's absolutely anxiety, but it's anxiety probably brought on by, I don't know, drug addiction. Mackenzie says, yeah, I touched him and his body was just vibrating. Classic anxiety. No, that's classic a drug, what is that called? Withdrawal. That's withdrawal. That's what that is. So Jen goes on to say that, you know, Ryan watched people die in jail. And Kiki's like, what? You know, Mackenzie says his buddy got stabbed. How you have a buddy in jail? He was only in there for 3 months. You made buddies? I wouldn't make no friends in jail, but that's just me. So Jen goes on to say that, you know, he also, in jail, Ryan also saw somebody get beat up pretty bad. Well, it is jail. That's what they do. It's not just on television. People actually do get beat up in jail. Like, Mackenzie's over here crying, girl, if you don't put away your freaking tattoo tears, nobody freaking cares about your freaking tears. I guess Larry's saying how, you know, everybody expected something different, and this is what they got. Okay, well, I don't know what more y'all expected from Ryan. Hello, and we're back with Catelynn and Tyler. Catelyn's here on her farm. Old McDonald Catelynn with her freaking farm animals. Catelynn says that Carly's 10th birthday is in a couple months, so she wants to figure out something special to do for her. Make up for being so inconsistent sending her gifts in the past. So April's here, who is Catelynn's mom, in case you folks don't know. And she says, so Dawn came over. And Catelyn's like, yeah, Dawn came over. Catelynn says that hopefully we'll have a visit this year. And April says, keep your fingers crossed on that one. Okay, it's already been 2 years. So Nick asks, when is the last time you guys had a visit with Carly? Catelynn says almost 2 years ago. So Catelynn goes on to let everybody in that room know that, you know, Dawn was saying that they need to do something special for Carly's 10th birthday. So Catelynn says that she goes into this she goes into how when the very first gift they made Carly was a scrapbook. She says that maybe for her 10th birthday she'll do an updated scrapbook with new pictures and stuff like that. So the next scene is Cheyenne's scene, and she says eventually she wants to settle down, get married, and have kids with Matt. So Cheyenne says, but for our relationship to work, he has to be comfortable with Cory. So Cory's on the way there with his friend to the barbecue, and Cory's here. He's talking to Matt like mature men do, okay? They're not doing anything petty. They're just talking. So Cory goes on to say that, you know, we didn't have much time to talk because it was a party. We were moving around a lot. Now I'm here, and I really want to know, like, who is Matt? Who are you? Who are you? So Matt says, you know, I was born and raised in Baltimore. Went to Howard University, and his parents are no longer married. And I don't know why that's irrelevant for you to know, Cory. That's a little nosy. Don't need to know all that. Are you dating Matt? No, you're not. I don't know why you're asking him all these questions. Matt says that, you know, he came from nothing like what Cheyenne has, which is like, I don't know, Bel Air, I don't know. Cory goes on to say Cheyenne's spoiled. Matt's like, this is wild. Okay, I bet it is wild. So Matt goes on to say to Cory that, you know, being from a divorced household and being from the hood, he goes on, I don't know what he was trying to say. He didn't finish his thought. They never finish their thoughts on these videos, and it makes it very hard to review when you guys don't finish your thoughts. Matt goes on to say that he's adjusting and he's trying to, you know, no, I don't know. Can you just say it? Can you just spit it out? Matt goes on to say that he's trying to get acclimated to this whole situation, and he's trying to move out here too. Cory asks Matt, when do you plan on moving out here? I don't know what time it is or what month it is here, but okay. Matt says June is the aim. Where you gonna live? I already know where you're gonna live, Matt. I already know where you're gonna live. And then Matt says, you know, worst come to worst, we'll just have to do this long distance thing a little bit longer. Doesn't have to be long distance for long though. I'm just saying. I mean, that's up to y'all. Cory says to Matt, he asks, what is your whole take on the whole kid situation? Like, you know, do you want to have one, or, you know, what's that? Cory, are you asking a lot of personal questions? I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. You're asking the questions I can't answer because I'm not there. So Cory says, because you know Cheyenne's putting the pressure on you, and Matt's like, the pressure's crazy. And that's the thing. You don't want to, as a woman, you don't want to put pressure on a man too quickly, too soon, about stuff like kids, marriage, and all that stuff. Just go with the flow. From my experience, if a man wants to do all that with you, he's going to take initiative. So Matt goes on to say to Cory, well, we've talked about it. And I guess they'll deal with it when they get to that point. So Matt goes on to say, you know, I don't know the timeline yet. You don't even know if it's gonna happen because, you know, you better hope Cheyenne don't bug out before then. I just feel like you should see all of the sides of your partner before taking that step to get married, because it's so easy to like jump into marriage in that twilight phase when it's so nice and sweet. And then you get married and you realize this person's an idiot or this person's a jerk. You know what I'm saying? But you do want to make sure that the person that you married is willing to stick it out, and no matter what. And that's something that, you know, you got to make sure that even through the hard times that this person is willing to stick it out. And you're not going to know if they're that kind of person, you know, only knowing them for a couple months. Okay, so Matt's over here, he jumps up way ahead and he says, we're hoping she has a boy, because a writer needs a brother. Okay then, y'all talk about meet me at the altar in your white dress. So Cory says, you know, all this baby talk is going to be an adjustment for me. You know, I knew that at one point Cheyenne was going to get pregnant. Cory says that, you know, whether it's you or someone else, as long as Cheyenne's happy, I have to be able to deal with it and just be happy for her. So the next scene is Amber's scene, and she says her and Andrew have a lot they have to accomplish before having another baby. But obviously you're not having protected sex, so I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. A baby, that's what you're trying to accomplish. So Amber says she's taking a test to see if she's pregnant. Okay, so Amber comes out the bathroom. She says she's not pregnant. You could have saved that whole conversation at the party. Could have kept it to your darn self. So they both seemingly okay with her not being pregnant, and Amber goes on to say that, you know, even though we're not pregnant, I'm okay. You know, she says she can see in their lives that it wouldn't be a good time to have a baby right now anyway. So anyway, Amber says, I think after this I need to go on birth control. Exactly what I was just saying. Amber says she wants to be able to plan the next baby, not just have a oops baby, okay? So Amber decides to tell us, I don't know why. Sorry, that was somebody's dog out there. Amber decides to tell us that when she was with Matt, she was on birth control the entire time. Then Amber says that she cannot believe that her mom brought up marriage yesterday. So Amber goes on to say that, you know, I don't want to know when you're going to propose to me. Can we get some surprises in life? Gosh, nothing is ever a surprise anymore. Like, we're picking out our rings, we're sending the rings, Cheyenne, sending pictures of the ring to the guy and telling the guy, you know, where we want to be proposed to. Just use your freaking imagination and look at what I like and do that, okay? And so Amber's basically saying, do what I like and don't tell me about it. So, had to get up for a minute. Can y'all tell I look flustered? Anyway, I'm too high up. Okay. Can y'all see stuff on the floor? Look, my house is a house lived in, okay? You see stuff on the floor, I'll get it in a minute. So anyway, the next scene is Maci's scene. She said she picked up Bentley, had a talk with him, and realized that that family didn't do nothing. They didn't talk to that boy about nothing serious. They just, like she said, went on with life as usual, and she's very disappointed about it. Maci is sitting here with her friend Katie, and the friend Katie asks, did Ryan get out of jail? Maci said, yeah. Did Bentley go over there? And Maci said, yeah. He says that Ryan got out of jail last week. Maci says that Bentley hasn't seen Ryan for 90 days. So Katie asks, how did Bentley react to all of that? Ryan just basically told Bentley that, you know, Ryan was going through a lot. Maci goes on to say those were his words. Maci says she doesn't even know if those are his words or someone else's words. And Katie says, has Jen and Larry like communicated with you on how Ryan's doing, or have you even asked them? Maci says, I'm not getting involved. You know, Maci's done enough, okay? It's up to Ryan to start doing something now. Maci says, I wanted to fix and help, and now clean my hands of it, and I'm done. So Maci says she tried to do all of that, and all it got her was in the devil's den. I don't know what that means, but okay. So Maci goes on to say that Ryan is a grown man, and he doesn't need to be handheld. He needs to decide what he wants to do with his life and get his life together. Maci says that Ryan and his family thinks he can go to rehab, do jail time, come home, and everything's just perfectly normal. So Maci says that everybody seems to forget that Ryan has not been there for Bentley's entire life, much less having him go to rehab multiple times and going to jail and not calling Bentley, not FaceTiming Bentley, just basically not contacting him at all. So Maci goes on to say to Katie, it's like, oh, Ryan got out, so now they're gonna have him and Bentley gonna have this perfect relationship, even though, you know, Ryan made no effort to try to be around and try to include Bentley in his life. Maci goes on to say that pretty much Bentley gets A's and B's on everything that he's done. Says that even though he's an A-B student, he failed every single assignment the week that Ryan got arrested. Katie said it was messing with Bentley that much. And Katie says that's all Bentley could think about, probably. And Maci says yes, and I'm done. I'm at the point where I'm completely done. She says she's sick of it. Ryan's a piece of crap. Sorry, I tend to agree with that. Like I said, I like to have hope for people, but you are what you are. Maci says that if Ryan thinks differently, then he should, I don't know, try to prove it. Maci says she's tired of crying with her almost 11-year-old son about a dad who doesn't have the guts to own up to everything that he's done and apologize for it. Maci says, I don't give a crap if Ryan apologizes to me. She's focused on Bentley. Maci says that Ryan needs to apologize to Bentley if he thinks there's ever a hope of any type of relationship with him. Anyway, we're here with Cheyenne. She says she just dropped Matt off at the airport, and he's on his way back to Baltimore. And she's glad Matt, talking about marriage and babies, doesn't scare Matt off. Cheyenne says she doesn't want to pressure Matt into anything. Girl, you could have fooled me sending pictures of rings and stuff. So Cheyenne says she's giving Matt space to figure out his plans for moving to LA. Cheyenne goes on to say that Cory is dropping off Ryder and he wants to have a conversation about what he spoke to Matt about. Cheyenne says she hopes everything's still cool between them. Oh, you have nothing to worry about. They're so cool. So Cheyenne's here. I don't know. I love her braids. They look cute on her. And her sister looks adorable with braids too. I just can't do braids anymore on myself. I mean, I can get a braided wig. Okay, maybe I'll do that. That's actually a good idea. Maybe I'll do a braided wig. I don't know. So anyway. So Cory's sitting down in here with Cheyenne, and he's like, I had a talk with Matt, and you know, he was talking to me about some things. And so what is the plan for him moving? Okay, is he moving in here with you, or? And Cheyenne says he's not living with me. He's gonna do that plan all by himself. I personally, I'm not living with another man right now. Okay, somebody has grown up just a little bit. So now I don't know why baby daddy is getting into prospective baby daddy and what he wants with Cheyenne as far as kids and marriage and stuff. I honestly think this crosses the line just a little bit. I think Cory asked a lot of good questions, but I do think that some of those questions were just a tad bit inappropriate. You didn't need to know all that. Cheyenne says that me and Matt have talked about it, but we're not like currently trying to have a baby. And Cory's like, you're not trying to have another baby right now. And Cory's and Cheyenne's like, no. Cheyenne says, I know I put a lot of pressure on when I said I want to have a baby like 2 years after Ryder, but and you know, I have to be smart and I have to wait. But when it comes to important decisions, that's when you can't necessarily be impulsive. So Cory says, and Cory, I agree. Cory says to Cheyenne, so have y'all had the I love you conversation? Because y'all talking about babies and marriage, but I don't hear nothing about love. In my opinion, you should hear love before you even are intimate. So Cory says you don't want to have the baby conversation before you have the I love you conversation. Like, do y'all even love each other? Cheyenne says, well, nobody's talking about babies if you don't say I love you. That's stupid. Cory says, what I was getting ready to say actually, but he said it for me. Cory says, well, lots of people have babies and they're not in love. Cheyenne says, yes, we do say I love you. Okay, and Cory's over here clowning, okay, but he's like, oh, that's cute. Cheyenne asks Cory, do you tell Taylor that you love her? And Cory says, I'm not like a lover boy like that, but obviously, Cory, you have feelings for this lady, and the worst thing that could happen is that they don't feel the same way. Cheyenne asks, does Taylor love you? And Cory says he doesn't really know how to gauge that because he's never really been in love like that, and he says that he doesn't really love anyone but his daughter Ryder. The next scene is Catelynn and Tyler scene. The next scene is Catelynn scene, and she says she feels guilty for not doing anything for Carly in years. Why did Dawn need to tell you that that was wrong? Like, y'all trying to reconnect with this girl with this beautiful child, and you guys have me even trying to keep in contact with her, sending her cards. I know life gets in the way, it happens, but if you guys really want to visit and you want to keep in contact, Catelynn says she's really excited to make her, Carly a new scrapbook, and she really hopes that it makes Carly feel like we are a part of her life. Catelynn's over here putting together this scrapbook, okay? That's all I need to say. That's what she's doing right now. I don't know why Catelynn has on so much doggone makeup, first of all, but anyway. Were you doing press for MTV? Gosh, girl, you got a lot of makeup on. So anyway, Catelynn, sorry, I got the fan on. Catelynn says that doing the scrapbook has brought up a lot of emotions for her. And Catelynn says that she's the mom she is now because she chose to place Carly up for adoption. And Catelynn says when they don't have visits, it's hard to know if Carly understands that. We're here with Kirthy and Catelynn. And Kirthy says to Catelynn, you've been coping so well since you've had Veda, the baby. Catelynn says, I haven't really noticed any postpartum symptoms either. And then Catelynn says, as sad as the miscarriage was, she was meant to have it. The miscarriage pushed her to dig deeper into things and work deeper. And to work deeper on things that she really wasn't doing in the past. Catelynn goes on to say that it was a traumatic experience in her life, and she learned through therapy that it's okay to deal with the fact that it was traumatic. Catelynn says she worries about, Carly growing up and asking her, how come you chose to parent these children, but you gave me up for adoption? And Catelynn's like, I'm just going to tell, and Kirthy's like, well, what are you going to tell her? And Catelynn says, well, I'm going to tell her the truth. I was young. I couldn't take care of a baby at that time. Thank you so much for watching my review. Make sure you put your comments down in the comment section. I respond to every single freaking comment, as you know. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to have more new stuff happening on my channel. Different stuff regarding makeup where I don't know how to use makeup, but I'm going to teach myself on my channel somehow. I don't know how. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's a monsoon going on out there. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.